There was a book that was recently published in the US called Danger Zone that I think represents a lot of the thinking in the US. And the story goes along these lines. They basically say the Chinese economy is in decline and will remain in decline indefinitely. I think the reality is very different from that. The reality is that if you think about how China's economy has evolved in the last 40 years, originally, China's real competitive advantage that enabled it to become the manufacturing capital of the world was low cost labor, which enabled them to turn out unsophisticated manufactured products. When it was no longer the source of low cost labor because it had moved to Mexico, to Vietnam, etc., China quickly moved down the value curve and became the dominant high-end manufacturer, sophisticated manufacturing in the world. And through its supply chains, became the largest exporter by a pretty big margin of anyone in the world. And then China embarked on 2025, which was a commitment to, within a 10-year period of time, become the most advanced country in 10 specific advanced technologies. And the reality is, China has done that very effectively. So, if you look at renewable energy, and certainly if you look at electric vehicles, China is the largest manufacturer and exporter of electric vehicles in the world today. People who are deep into the auto industry would say their cars are the best made and the most sophisticated of anywhere else, which is why people are buying them. And a lot of the success of China in terms of its economy is attributable also to its industrial policies. And China is relatively unique among major countries in setting out countrywide priorities in terms of where it wants to achieve leadership, organizing the resources, not just private industry, but state-owned enterprises, professors, and experts of all walks of life, and then supporting it with tax breaks on the part of the government to encourage the development of those industries. So, one real strength of China's economy longer term is the fact that it can use industrial policy to marshal resources in a way that enables it to move far more quickly than other countries can. The other huge advantage China has is its education system. The key to the high-tech environment that the world is evolving towards are students who are deep in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, or what we call STEM students. The reality is China has more STEM students today than the rest of the world combined. So when you look forward, I think the notion that China's economy is in decline is wishful thinking. And by the way, this is not new. I mean, Gordon Chang wrote a book a number of years ago called The Coming Collapse of China, and obviously it never happened. Someone's been coming out with a book like that every other year or every year in the US, and it never happens. And it doesn't happen because the US basically underestimates how effective the Chinese government is with its industrial policies, underestimates the work ethic of Chinese, which is significantly stronger than in the US, and underestimates the resilience of China. So when China needs to take action to strengthen its economy and get it back on track, it's got the commitment of people to basically who like to work hard and are very ambitious, and that's exactly what they do. So we just saw the fourth quarter economic results come out, and even though everybody was predicting another dip in China, it came out at 5.2%, which continues to be significantly stronger than almost any other developed country.